Hello, everyone. This is Edward with the San Antonio Public Library, and today we have our Esports and Diversity discussion. Joining me today from the San Antonio Public Library, the Esports Committee, are Gina Garcia from Bazan Branch Library and Cassie Garza. Our guest panelists today, we're going to start with Ansley Partosa. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm Ansley Partosa. I'm representing the Greater Gaming Society of San Antonio. And the Greater Gaming Society is a community group of developers and artists and other creative people who also like video games here in San Antonio. And San Antonio Smash Ultimate is also what I'm representing, and they are the huge group of people and players here in San Antonio for the game Smash Ultimate.
Awesome, thank you. Caitlin, can you tell us about yourself?
Hi, my name is Caitlin Pimienta. I'm the current head esports coach at St. Mary's University here in San Antonio. I've been working in esports for roughly 5 years, and so I'm very, very fortunate to be back in San Antonio working on esports initiatives.
Thank you. Chris.
Hey everybody, Chris Sines here, store manager at Play Live Nation, premium gaming lounge. Got video games, card games, tabletop. Do different events, tournaments, all-nighters, we host birthday parties, really awesome birthday parties. Also a founder and the owner of Texas Gaming Empire, esports organization. We sponsor teams, we host different tournaments and stuff. Some really awesome stuff. Come check us out.
Thank you, thank you. And the new person to the group, Philip Torres.
Hey there, YouTube. I'm Philip Torres, owner of Shenanigans Gaming here in San Antonio, Texas. We run tournaments as well. We have 24 custom-built gaming PCs that are top of the line. Yeah, come check us out for all of your tabletop and esports needs.
And last but not least, Travis.
Hi, my name is Travis Yang. I'm the head esports coach for A&M San Antonio. Working right now just to get ready for our inaugural season.
Great. I want to thank all of you for joining us today and joining us with the discussion. And today's discussion will focus on diversity.
I'm going to go ahead and ask a question. So we've explored a lot on gender, bullying, of course, and a bit on minorities, but what we haven't really discussed is the gaming population that have a disability. What is your organization doing to be more inclusive towards that population?
I can hop in first. So here in San Antonio, we have a huge military population, and a lot of them are injured. A lot of them are on disability. A lot of them love playing video games. A lot of them love playing card games. Again, esports and tabletop welcoming to everybody. I've hosted tournaments where we have people in all types of situations. We have a tournament organizer that's missing a leg. He's in the military. He organizes all of our Dragon Ball Super card game tournaments. We have lots of people that come in. Personally, I've played in major Hearthstone tournaments where this gentleman did not have any limbs at all. He played Hearthstone on his tablet with his nose. Again, esports is a very inclusive type of activity that you can get involved in. I've seen stories online of players using the new, like the Microsoft accessibility controllers. Those look really awesome. We have yet to get any in our store, but it is in our budget coming this next 6 months. I want to at least get 2. And that's something that we're working on here in our venue.
And Philip, I just want to add to that. Sometimes a lot of these equipment needed to be more accessible is very pricey, and it does take a lot of money to purchase and also to upkeep. So having a venue, have that type of equipment is a benefit to the esports local community. So thank you for including that.
Yeah, Play Live, pretty much just to mirror what Philip said, pretty much the same stuff. You have tons of different customers with different needs and stuff. And you just accommodate them as best as you can. And then, major corporations like Microsoft are coming out with special controllers for different people and stuff like that. So it's just really awesome to see the gaming industry evolve and be able to take care of people who need special needs and stuff like that.
If I can chime in, for us, what we have tried to do with kind of anything that comes up in the program is we've tried to keep an open virtual door and an open feedback loop so that anyone who has questions, concerns, suggestions, or needs can come to myself or any of my assistant coaches to talk about what is needed. Sometimes it's something as simple as, does this game have colorblind mode? Well, we will do the research, we'll find out, and if so, cool, we can enable it on all of our machines if we need it. But the other big pieces is making sure that we can do the research, being willing to do the research, setting aside miscellaneous funds for these kinds of purchases, because again, we're never going to know. We may not need it this year, but we might need it next year. And so having the money set aside already is really important. And of course, making sure our esports arena on campus is ADA compliant. And when we work with other departments on campus, making sure that again, we're ADA compliant. So if it's something like a video for admissions or student orientation, we need to make sure that if we have a video, it's got closed captionings or subtitles or a transcript provided. So it is a lot of flexibility, but I think for us, just being open to all ideas, suggestions, and solutions is our path going forward, because we don't know, but we hope that our community is welcoming enough and players feel comfortable enough to come to myself or my assistant coaches to say, hey, I need this to play this game. All right, cool. Let me go see what it takes to get this in the arena. Let me see what it takes to accomplish this.
I'll say, 100% what Caitlin just said. And then also to tie it in, Philip mentioned, with veterans. One kind of interesting thing to bring up, there's a VFW post here in San Antonio. I think they're actually working with Sam from LFG, and they actually have a complete esports room set up. So working with those partners in the community, even if we, may not have those cases on our campus, going out, and kind of being active, about working with those partners to reach out to those groups of people.
That's a great answer. I think that we all need to just come together and be a contributor and to break down the barriers and helping people achieve those things. The accessibility controllers are expensive. We used to have the low vision scanners at the library. Those are pretty expensive and they were rarely used, but we still need to have them because we do have those patrons who need that assistance. So I want to ask one final question before we close out. What more as a community can we do to break down these barriers, the diversity, and have more inclusion, make sure everybody in our community is represented in esports? What can we do as a whole to do this for the future? It's not going to be a quick fix, but what's the long-term goal for San Antonio and esports?
Edward, I got to add some, as working for the San Antonio Public Library, our esports committee, it's barely a year old, but that was one of the things that we noticed that was needed to start creating programs and events that highlight esports and esports activities. And although we may not be a hardcore league or an official league, we are a launch pad. The library is a launch pad to provide accessibility to those types of games. So we have free internet. All San Antonio Public Libraries are open and free to the public, so people can come in. Most of the libraries do have video game consoles. Unfortunately, because of COVID-19, people can't come in and play, but we usually hold tournaments. When we did have in-person visitors or patrons, the library does still offer computer use for people who don't have access to a computer. I know every summer, no matter where you went in the library, any public library in San Antonio, there would be tons of people playing video games on our computers. And we would always get complaints saying, hey, they're playing games, get them off, they're not really working. It's like, no, they have a right. They have a right to use the computer any way they want if they are following our policies.
Exactly.
So, you know, the library, even though we're not at that level of like collegiate or, you know, unofficial league, we're still a launching pad into the world of esports. We're trying to be. So by creating the esports committee here at the San Antonio Public Library with library staff, that is our way of making it more accessible to people in our community.
Thank you, Cassie, for that. I just want to repeat the question again. So what can we do as a community to remove these barriers, to have more diversity, more inclusion, and remove the toxicity environment with esports and gaming in general?
I'll say that that's the $1 million question. You know, across the world, I think that's what a lot of organizers at all levels are trying to figure out. I obviously don't have the answer, but I think just what I've seen in San Antonio in particular, if I had to pick a place to start, it'd probably be just generating the right awareness and increasing accessibility for esports. I think right now we're not even quite at the point where, you know, esports is, obviously we always wanted to get bigger, but right now it's still just getting people to learn what is esports. You know, a lot of people just we're not even at that point yet. And making sure it's available to everybody, because once we get to that point, you know, then we can focus on more of the specifics. But yeah, just kind of my thoughts there.
Yeah, I think it's just important for each of us to be the best person that we can be every day and do the little things that matter. You know, we've talked about a whole bunch of things, and we all just need to apply those moving forward. And then also getting the youth involved in esports at a younger age, so that way it kind of cultivates that culture of gaming and bringing people in together and the teamwork and everything that's needed for esports. And then also just love, man. Spread the love. Build bridges, don't burn them down.
I think just getting esports out in the world is one big thing, because still a lot of people are not familiar with what esports are. So our organization tries to hit every big convention. We've done Alamo City Comic Con. We've done projects with Wounded Warrior Project. We've also worked with some other nonprofits to run tournaments. We do free tournaments where you can bring in school supplies that goes towards your entry fee. You can bring in canned foods that works towards your entry fee. We've worked with the San Antonio Blood Bank. You donate blood, that works towards your tournament entry fee. But working with other orgs really gets the word of esports out there. When I told my mother that we were working with the blood bank, she was like, "What? That's insane. I donate blood whenever I can, every month." I was like, "Yeah, okay, so you're gonna go donate blood. You're gonna they give you a choice, either a liquid gaming t-shirt or an entry into one of our tournaments." And she probably would ask, "What is esports?" So anyone that's going to donate blood is going to ask, "What is esports?" Anyone that walks by our booth at Alamo City Comic Con is going to ask, "What do you guys do here?" Spreading the word is definitely going to make everything more inclusive. Working with the Wounded Warriors Project, just having people come in and saying, "Oh, hey, these chairs are really comfortable. This is not making my back hurt. I can probably sit here and play video games 8 hours a day." Like, just opening people's minds to the possibility of esports and gaming, bringing them in, giving them a sense of community. Because in the end, that's what we sell. Here in our store, we don't sell video games. We're selling a social experience. And again, it has to be affordable, because we cater to younger individuals for the most part, lots of college students, lots of high school students. And I think that's what we can work on to make everything inclusive. Really just getting the word out there for now. Going forward, once it's a household name, working with lots of bigger organizations, and eventually spreading love, like Chris said, to everybody.
Well said.
I wanted to follow up what Travis said. It's $1 million question, but I think the answer starts with us. It starts with conversations, small groups to go to bigger groups, and it just keeps expanding until we find out what's the best solution to solve this problem. So the conversation is the first thing we need to do to address the problem and then work from there. But thank you so much. It was a very enlightening conversation as usual. Is there anything you'd like to add before we close out?
Yeah, I had a few things. I didn't know where to fit it in, really. I just kind of see that with PAX South being a big part of San Antonio, I wanted to like somehow work in that there's lots of places during PAX South that help out with diversity. They actually have a diversity lounge, which showcases like the Houston Gamers and lots of multiple organizations. They're a great group for LGBT community. And then the AFK room, which is also important because with mental health being, I think, also a key point of diversity in gaming and recognizing how important it is to take care of everyone and everyone different, like has different kind of mental health. The AFK room at PAX South is like great because it is a quiet place, staffed with licensed mental health clinicians. And it's a great place to wind down and just have like a calm place to go to with low noise and no interruption environment. So you can ready yourself to go back into like gaming or the show of PAX South. So, and then there's also like lots of Twitch streamers who I feel like their communities, like even helping with mental health and showing the diversity through their own channels, like promoting everything through that, through Twitch, is extremely helpful to grow diversity.
And I think I guess, just final thoughts. I think to continue moving forward, it's important to continue having these tough conversations about uncomfortable topics, because the first step in solving a problem is recognizing the problem. And so I think for my community, what we're going to continue doing is listening to our community, highlighting our players, highlighting our community members and students, and amplifying their perspectives, their stories, their views, their accomplishments, because esports is more than one game. Esports is super nuanced, and these players and those who are interested have a lot to offer the world, and it's more than just playing video games. So, you know, creating environments that are welcoming and open to any and all is, again, part of that path.
Well said. Any more final thoughts from y'all? I want to thank y'all all again. Great conversation as usual. And just, we need to start the conversation, keep the conversation going, and just keep on adding more people to the conversation. I think that's the best thing we can do. This is Edward with the San Antonio Public Library, and thank y'all for joining us here with the Esports and Diversity discussion.
Well, all my contact info is there. You can reach me most actively over email and through Discord. Be sure to join the Facebook group. You'll find the Discord for the Greater Gaming Society there. And if you search up the San Antonio Smash Ultimate community on Facebook, you can find our Facebook group there.
My name is Chris Sines. Obviously, y'all can always call or text me on my cell phone that's there, 210-260-5233. You can go to the website, texasgamingempire.com, Twitter, Facebook, email, tons of ways to get in touch with me. If I don't respond the first time, make sure and message me again. There's always a lot of messages going all over the place with all the different social media platforms. So yeah, don't hesitate to bug me.
I am Philip Torres, owner at Shenanigans Gaming and Esports Lounge. We have all of our info available on our website, shenanigansgaming.com, and we are located in San Antonio, Texas at 5251 Timber Hill, Suite 104.
Hi, Caitlin Pimienta, head esports coach at St. Mary's University. The best way to contact me directly is going to be through email or Twitter. If you are interested in the St. Mary's Esports program, I highly, highly, highly recommend that you join our community Discord.
Hi, Travis Yang with A&M San Antonio. like what Caitlin said, best ways to reach out to me, preferably Discord, followed by email. We have a team Discord / community Discord. Feel free to check that out. Follow me on Twitter if you want to see me rant about Valorant. But other than that, check us out.